I have a question for you. Are you intentionally building strong, mutually beneficial relationships with COIs, centers of influence? The Firm Foundation video series helps leaders of wealth management firms lead and grow their companies more effectively. Having healthy, robust relationships with centers of influence can be a game changer for your firm. If you identify people that you would like to have a professional relationship with by category, think of it this way. If you have a hub in the center of a wheel, and then you draw spokes out from that, and at the end of each spoke is a circle, and then you fill in types of professionals that you'd like a relationship with, then you have a target audience that you can go out and find those relationships with people who are like-minded and who are open to having that kind of relationship with you. So think creatively, think broadly, and don't just think within the confines of what you've always had. Here are some examples of good COI relationships for wealth management firms. CPAs, attorneys, business consultants, business brokers, CEO mentor groups such as Vistage, a Vistage chair, a realtor. Those are just a few, but there's many more out there. And once you've got those relationships developing, here are some keys to success in order to create those types of relationships and then maintain them. Number one, when you're first meeting with them, start by asking how you can help them. Start with the focus on them rather than you. And then two, let them know that you're interested in mutually beneficial relationships. You're not just looking in a one-sided relationship, and see how they respond to that. And then be prepared to ask good questions. So here's a great question for you to consider. If one of your clients, Mr. Attorney, had a need for wealth management help, who would you refer them to today? If the answer is, I'd send them to my brother-in-law, he's the only person that I would ever refer someone to, then you know, and you've asked that up front, and you've not invested a whole lot in that relationship, only to find out it's never really going to be successful. And then be clear about the value that you bring. Answer the question, why should they consider you, just like you would with a prospective client, because you want your name and your firm to rise to the top of the list in their minds. And then talk about what they can expect if they refer someone to you. Make the expectation very clear. You don't want that to be muddled in any way. And then look them in the eye and make a commitment. A commitment could sound something like this. Bob, if you refer someone to me, I will promise you that I will let them know if they're not a good fit right up front so that they can find someone who is. And then summarize the meeting so that you're clear on who's going to do what, what's been said, and where you're going to go from there. And then do something for them as soon as you can. Make an introduction, do something that will benefit them. Make sure to keep your commitments. You don't want them to lose credibility in you right away because you don't. And then if you have committed to do something, let them know and make sure that that's a clean situation that got taken care of. If you nurture these kinds of relationships, they can provide tremendous growth and tremendous opportunity. But if you're haphazard about it and you don't have a plan for follow-up, it's typically not going to go well, because these types of things are not built by accident. Firm Foundations is brought to you in part by our friends at SmartRIA, where they help financial advisors simplify their compliance.